Hey there, pool owners. Want to keep your pool crystal clear and trouble-free? In this video, we're breaking down the top 5 maintenance mistakes you need to avoid, and I'll show you exactly how to fix them. Stick around because these tips will save you time, money, and plenty of headaches. Mistake number 1 is not checking and balancing water chemistry regularly. This is hands down one of the biggest mistakes that pool owners make. Most of the time, whenever I run into new clients that want me to take over their pool, they have neglected their water chemistry, which led to all kinds of problems such as algae blooms, cloudy water, scaling, and even equipment damage. Your pool's chemistry is like its health report. You should be testing it weekly, especially in the summer, checking the pH, alkalinity, and sanitizer levels like chlorine. You also want to keep your pH between 7.4 and 7.6. Alkalinity between 80 and 120, and chlorine between 3 to 5 ppm here in the South. Trust me, staying on top of this will save you a lot of trouble down the line. Also, a big pointer is checking your cyanuric or CYA levels, because this is what prevents it from being eaten up by the sun's UV rays. So you want to make sure that you keep your CYA levels at least between 50 and 80 ppm if you're in the South. If you're up north, you can get away with 30 ppm, but just to be safe, 50, and especially in the super southern heat, you want to keep it at 80. This is sure to keep your chlorine levels between 3 and 5, and sometimes even a little higher to keep that algae from blooming. Mistake number 2 is ignoring the filter. Your pool's filter is the heart of your system. It's what keeps your water clean and circulating. But if you ignore it, it can't do its job. A dirty filter means reduced circulation, which allows debris and algae to build up in your pool. But here's the fix. First, if you have a DE filter, you'll want to backwash your filter when the pressure rises between 5 to 10 psi. But I wouldn't just stick to this. I typically backwash at least 1 time per month and break down the filter and clean it every 6 months. If you have a cartridge filter, you definitely want to clean it every 4 to 6 months. If you have a single cartridge, every other month is fine. And also, please don't forget, if you backwash your filter, make sure to add fresh DE depending on the size of your filter, but you will need to add DE to replace what you've backwashed out. If you have a sand filter, you will need to backwash every other week, depending on its size. If you have a regular above ground pool with those tiny little sand filters, you want to backwash weekly, but if you have a Pentair TR60 or TR100, every other week should be fine. And also, please do not add any DE to a sand filter. You can clog the laterals, preventing the sand from doing its job, because the sand is the filter medium in a sand filter, not DE. Mistake number 3 is so easy to do, but a lot of people don't do it anyways. They will skip brushing and vacuuming. They'll think, oh, I'll just empty the skimmer baskets and I'll check my chemicals and add chlorine. Especially in the summer, you have to brush every single week, and vacuuming as well. If you don't vacuum, you're essentially not brushing, because what happens when you vacuum is you're moving the water over the face of the floor, causing it to do a light brushing, which prevents algae from growing on your floor. And many people think just running the pump is enough to keep the pool clean, but debris and algae love to cling to walls, steps, and corners. If you're not brushing and vacuuming regularly, you're giving the algae a free pass to take over. Make it a habit to brush your walls and steps at least once a week and vacuum up debris so it doesn't settle on the floor and potentially staining the plaster. You'll thank yourself later. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this and finding it helpful, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, absolutely obliterate the subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you won't miss a pool care tip. Also, if you're a pool owner and you're looking to take your maintenance game to the next level, check out our free pool care cheat sheet. It's packed with everything that you need to keep your pool blue, clear, and ready for this next season. It's absolutely free and it's linked in the description below. Let's get back to the video. Mistake number 4 is also common: overusing or misusing chemicals. More chemicals aren't always better. Overusing shock or relying only on chlorine tablets can throw your water out of balance. Plus, too much of certain chemicals like cyanuric acid, which is baked into the tabs, can actually make chlorine less effective. Instead of guessing, follow proper dosing instructions and test after adding anything. Rotate between liquid chlorine, granular shock, and always use tablets to keep that chlorine level stable to avoid the buildup. Smart chemical use will keep your pool clean without causing long-term problems. Mistake number 5 is not monitoring water levels. This is huge, especially in the summer, because your pool's water level is more important than you think. If it's too low, your pump can suck air and get damaged. If it's too high, your skimmer won't work properly, and debris won't get cleared. It'll end up falling to the bottom, then you'll just have more work to do when you vacuum. The solution is to keep the water about halfway up the skimmer opening or mid-tile. You'll be checking this regularly, especially during the hot weather or after a heavy rain. Most pools have an overflow grate, which can prevent water from getting too high, so you'll want to, as a rule of thumb, keep it just below the overflow grate. That should be the optimal water level for your pool. And there you have it, the top 5 pool maintenance mistakes and how to avoid them. By staying on top of your chemistry, cleaning, and equipment care, you can save yourself from expensive repairs and endless frustration. Did any of these mistakes sound familiar? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.